Hello everyone, and today's video I'll be having a look at the heat wave which will be happening in next week. So we're going to start with this posted by the Mail. It's actually heat wave threshold. This is the daily maximum temperatures, and the heat wave to actually happen in the UK with a few criterias. We actually do need, it depends on the temperature, and this actually does depend on the threshold value, which is where actually you are actually in a place. Give an example here. So example, in Scotland, you need 25 degrees as a threshold, 25 degrees or more, or for 3 consecutive days in order for this to count as a heat wave. For parts of the south, actually, for parts of London, I would say you will need 28 degrees or more, and again, 3 consecutive days to actually count as a heat wave. If it does not meet those thresholds, if it's not 3 days in a row, then we wouldn't call it a heat wave. Again, this depends on your geography, depends on your location. So just take a look at this map, and again, if you are in one of those places and if you feel like those temperatures will rise below your threshold, above your threshold, sorry, then above the threshold, then again could be a heat wave for your area, but it might not be for parts of the other parts of the UK. Again, very dependable on the exact location of your UK. For the south, again, will be mild. The threshold will be higher than Scotland. Obviously, that is very logical. It's because it will be mild for the south. So yes, we'll now move on to the next chart. Weather Central chart. You can see high pressure dominating, and then continuing, you can currently see high pressure is still across the UK. Light winds, nothing really special. And then look at this, by the 30th of February, 1st of May, the GFS run. Look at those temperatures. I'll have switched those temperatures now. Top temperatures by 30th of April at 12, 21, 22, some parts even 23 degrees at best. And again, on 1st of May, 21, 22, 23, very similar temperatures to yesterday's run. Look at this, a massive drop as we head into 2nd of May. You can see back into parts of mid to high teens. So real difference, and why is because you can currently see we do get a little northerly here, split up by the high pressure there, and that's going to cause a little bit of temperature drop in between. Not significant, not talking about -5, -10 here, but just talking about again, could have a temperature clash in here with the deviation. Again, we'll have a look at this. Still, when it is the heat wave, you can currently see that orange is still in there again. And you can see this little blue area you can currently see, it is highlighting that area of that cold air. The GM now could say something much more colder, or I should say, from the GFS chart. We'll have a look at this very slowly actually. From the GM, you can currently see we are getting in high pressure run out to end of the weekday, and as we continue this, you can currently see very similar to GFS high pressure position. And then again, 29th of April, we have got the 80 HPA temperatures, a blast of heat from the Europe. Again, look at that, it's going to cause those temperatures to go quite high. At night time, look at those 14, 15, and look at those temperatures by 30th of April, 25, 26, even 28. I see a 28 here, which again, going back to the threshold, again, we'll pass it for some, but again, not talking about 3 consecutive days. We haven't looked at that yet. But first day of that proper heat wave, look at those temperatures already, very high. 27, 28, 20, some parts even getting into darker shades of oranges. And if you look up here, even by Scandinavia up here, you can see still. I'll switch to Scandinavia. Look at those temperatures by Scandinavia, still a few degrees away lower. So temperatures in Scandinavia still close to 20, or if not even 20. So major springs this heat wave, I would say. So again, depends on your location. Is it actually gonna be very warm. I'm not sure against your location there, so go check it out again. As we continue this run, actually, you can continue to see we actually do get high pressure still stuck in here. And I'll actually go back to 2 mean temperatures by 1st of May. You can see 1st of May, this is the second proper day of the heat wave. Look at this, 25, 27, 28 again. So some parts of the country, most likely for the southern coast here near the English Channel, will surpass that for the second day there. You can see only this part lightly shaded there, 25 degrees or more. So there you go. And then the third day, still some might surpass it again. And look at those temperatures into France. Look at that. France is already 30, 31 degrees. And look at that. By 2nd of May, look how warm we are all. 26, 27, even 28 widely for the whole UK. Could call this a little spring heat wave, not something major to look at. But again, this is a first major heat wave of the year. But again, compared to summer, this would be the actual average temperatures. This wouldn't be called a heat wave if this was in summer. This would actually be called normal in summer. But again, looking at this in spring really does surprise me sometimes, because again, really doesn't see those temperatures much in summer. But again, climate change is making that happen. So, and look at those temperatures by the evening on 3rd of May. 20 degrees at night time. So very warm day for start of May there. Even at night time at 00 a.m. 00 a.m. So that is at midnight. As temperatures is holding up to 19 degrees from this run. So very, that mild air has not dissipated yet. And yet again, as we move into 3rd of May afternoon, 27, 28, look at that, dark orange colors covering even more widespread across the whole UK. Again, would say the 4th consecutive day now. And look at those temperatures by into France. 30, 31. Actually quite curious to see Spain actually. Spain has not got a heat wave yet, but I'll actually kind of look at Central Europe now. And look at those temperatures by in France. You can see very mild temperatures, very hot temperatures in France. 30, 31 again. Some places up to 32 even for France. And then skipping ahead into, oh no, that's not what I want. Skipping ahead into 2 mean temperatures into Friday for those 4th of May, 23 degrees, back to 23 degrees, and that's the end of it. So major cool down as we head into 4th of May, and the reason for that is because we are getting a lash with the northerly breeze, and look at those temperature deviation behind it, exceptionally cold after what we've seen from predicted this GM run, which is exceptionally hot. 25 degree, no sorry, ECMWF model, you can currently see from high pressure dominating, and then we're skipping ahead to the start of this again here with the ECMWF. Again, you can see it's a much more starting a bit later than any other run, but we'll also analyze this anyway. Starts at around 29th of April. Wouldn't call this a starting point. Look at that, still 20 degrees. Wouldn't call it a start. It is hinting a start, but then look at that, by 30th of May, a day later than most runs suggest here, 22, 23, 24, or even 25, similar temperatures to Spain, similar temperatures to parts of Scandinavia. So again, by the time we move into 1st of May, 25, 26 degrees, a bit cooler, 2-3 degrees cooler than the GM and GFS. And look at this by 2nd of May, not even 20 degrees here. So real uncertainty as we continue this run. Look at those temperatures back into top temperatures, 11, 12 degrees at 4th of May. 2 days after that heat wave, cool down significantly. So very short space of time, 24, 48 hours, and then it's cooled down 10 to 15 degrees. Not all parts of UK, if you count it very precisely, maybe even very close to 20-degree drop. Not talking about nighttime here, talking about maximum temperatures, or even worse, talking about maximum to minimum temperatures there from the daytime to nighttime could even get up to 20 degrees less. So there is a chance for that. And why? Because of this northerly breeze here. You can see bring that -10 down into Svalbard. As we continue this run here, you can currently see up from that 0-degree ice of leaves partially the UK, and look at that, -5 does take hold. And to mean temperatures at this point will already be very cold at that point. 12 degrees. Look at that, Scotland struggling up to 5-6 degrees by 8th of May. For the south, much more pleasant day. But generally, again, some parts of the US is suggesting colder weather to come after that heat wave. So again, if you are looking for colder weather after that heat wave, it will be coming from the GECMWF and the UK and the GM. Thank you for watching this video, and until the next video, goodbye.